Darren.
Hey, how you doing?
Man, how are you? Good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you. Youts. Wakle klakle sunugwa. Gekle Haisla. Yuche nuchnugwa. Mimene suntens kezazamalis. What's good, y'all? I go by the name of Young D, and I'm one half of Snotty Nose Rez Kids.
I go by the name of Young Trybez, and I'm the second half of Snotty Nose Rez Kids, and this right here is Easy with us.
Are you reconsidering that name?
Yeah, it happened a long time ago. Okay? It was before all the madness.
Thanks for having us here.
Yeah, of course.
This feels like a really special place. Tell me about how much. Do you do all your work in here right now?
Yeah, I mean, at least half of it, you know, like all the creative process and everything that goes into Snotty Nose Rez Kids that is like from the ground up starts here.
I guess a good place to start is with the album, with Red Future, and so tell me about, because the lineup of guest artists you have on that album it's amazing.
Red Future, from the eldest to the youth. This a trigger warning, baby. You ain't ready for the truth. You know nothing about this cue. I know savages and brutes.
It's just people that we've met along the way, and every relationship that we've made with those artists has been like organic. It was never forced. It just blossomed naturally. And the important thing for us was we wanted this album to be like very feature heavy as opposed to last albums. Yeah. Like if you look at I'm Good, How About You, Life After, even Trapline, like the features are like pretty minimal, but we wanted to have as many indigenous voices as we could because we all come from the same place, but we all have different points of view. Mm-hmm. And that's what each and every single artist brought.
This is not going to be the first time you perform for the Junos, but this is the first time you're going to perform for the Junos in Vancouver.
Yeah.
How big a deal is that?
You know what? It's wild because I remember a time where the last time that the Junos were here in Vancouver, I think we dropped our third album, Was it Trapline?
No, we're on the verge of dropping Trapline.
We're on the verge of dropping Trapline. We just came back from Australia.
No. We came back from Toronto. It was one of our first times going out there, and we had just been longlisted for Polaris for the first time. Yeah, and I remember we came back, and I was just so jet lagged, and I was sleeping on my cousin's couch at the time. You know what I mean? And he called me that Sunday, being like, "Yo, the Junos are happening right now. Do you want to go?" I'm like, "Nah." Yeah, I'm staying in bed, man.
And it was around the time too. Jessie Reyez was playing in Vancouver, and we're big Jessie fans. So like, I wanted to go see her play, and Daniel Caesar was there as well. So I was super stoked. We didn't end up doing it, but we knew that we'd have another opportunity to do it down the line. Yeah. And that was Toronto at the Budweiser stage a few years ago.
To the sky, let them in. We agitators, we educators, we protesters, we protectors, dream chasing with dream catchers, we the wildest dreams of our ancestors. All my sisters and brothers are black, indigenous, and people of color. Let's hold it down and uplift one another.
Now we get to do it in our home city, and we get to do it for our city. So like, this is definitely like a special moment for us to be able to do what we do here in front of our hometown.
Yeah. You've been nominated for Contemporary Indigenous Artist of the Year, and then also for Rap Album of the Year, Rap Single of the Year. Those are new categories for you, those last two categories.
Yeah.
You know, some people might think, Indigenous Artist of the Year is an obvious category for you guys. What's it like to be in those two other categories?
It was like milestone for us, big time, because the confidence that we have in our music, we felt like it should have happened a couple years ago. You know what I mean? But that's just the confidence you got to have within yourself, like whatever it is that you do, whether it's any kind of art or creative aspect, right down to like film and all that. Yeah. You know what I mean? So, but it was nice to finally get that nod, because we put in work for this album, like being in this studio 5-6 days a week. For him, it was like 7 days a week sometimes, and like just really honing our craft, and to finally get that nod from the community was pretty special.
And you're both new dads.
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
It's cool, man. Prior to that, we are the center of our own universes, but once you have a child, it's like you step back and that child becomes the center of your universe, So it helps you look at things differently, and honestly, it's been like I have a whole new purpose now to work even harder than I have been, and it's all for the little ones.
Quinn, for you?
And and it's always been, Snotty Nose has always been for the children. And like this puts a whole nother meaning to it, you know what I mean? Like it just definitely changes your outlook on the way that you look at life. And like Dee said, like you really learn what is important in life by becoming a parent.
What does that mean? It's always been for the children.
Snotty Nose Rez Kids is
I never
always,
thought of this as music for the kids.
Yeah. Well, when you think about Snotty Nose Rez Kids, you think about the next generation. Like Red Future, Snotty Nose Rez Kids, just Indigenous futurism. Like we're always looking at the next generation. We're always looking at further down the line of what we're capable of. But when you think about like Native people and you think about how we take care of ourselves, we're not always thinking about ourselves in this lifetime. We're thinking about the next generation and the next generation and like 100 years down the line of how we're going to make sure that this land is still livable for the next generation down the line. So when we talk about Snotty Noses for the children, it's for the people that come up after us. And when you think about us creating and being able to be in this space right here, we're not just doing this for ourselves, we're doing this for the people that come after us. So we, right now, we're in a position where we're up for 3 Juno Awards. Who knows what it's gonna be like 10 years from now? Like we might be, like, they'll be elevated to another level that we did not even like expect ourselves to ever see. And they'll be doing it way better than us 10 years from now. So that's what we mean when we say it's for the children, it's for the next generation, always.
It's so great to meet you guys and so great to talk to you. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I really appreciate it, man. Thank you. And fingers crossed for the Junos.
Yeah, I know. I want at least 2 this year.
Get greedy.
Yeah.